Hey terrainiacs, Mel the Terrain Tutor back in the studio and back with another Let's Make for you. And now no good battlefield is complete without awesome explosions and smoke everywhere, so in this one we're going to be making smoke and blast markers. Come on then. Smoke and blast markers are very similar. They share the same sort of priming and painting techniques, etc. It's only the construction that really differs. Yeah, for the smoke markers we tend to use wire wool, and then for the blast markers we tend to use either clump foliage or chip foam. Now obviously clump foliage is slightly expensive, more expensive than chip foam, but it does give more realism. I'm not sure which one I'll show you yet. Yeah, but first off, let's start off with the smoke markers. Now I've got my hot glue gun there warming up. Yeah, you can use other glues such as gel super glues and anything that's got a decent grip to it, but yeah, hot glue is the preferred. But if you haven't got a hot glue gun, you don't need it for this. Okay, you can use a gel super glue. Yeah, you've just got to wait for it all dry before you do the next stages, whereas a hot glue gun is just quicker for me. Now I'm taking a strip of wire wool, and I want it to be roughly twice the height of my smoke pile. So I'm going to say there. Come on, there. Yeah, I'm going to base it, and typically, people use things like model bases for basing the markers. I prefer to use 2p pieces, because there's a bit more ballast in them, and they're a bit heavier. Yeah, but before we get to that stage, what we need to do is turn this into sort of a wispy, smoky thing. Yeah, so looks like a bit of a moustache, doesn't it? Hello. That could be a wicked look for me. Right, come on, let's crack on. Right, so all we're going to do is we're going to fold it over on itself. Yeah, so we made like a little loop. Yeah, we're then going to pinch the bottom. Yeah, and twist it. Yeah, and that will give us the nub to start off with. Okay, now I'm not really going to do anything much more with the top until it's all glued down. So the next job, we need to get some hot glue on there and then push this in. Yeah, is this warm enough yet? Yeah. You don't really need that much, I'm just going to spread it out over the base. There we go. So, very quickly, get my nub, let's push this over here, so you can't see that. There, ow! Burning myself here. Right, and push that down into it. Come on. Yeah. Careful not to burn your fingers like I'm doing on purpose, because I'm sticking my fingers in it. Because I'm like that. Yeah. And there we go. Right, all we need to do now is leave that to dry. Yeah, so if I bring it up very quickly, you see, bit of hot glue on the bottom, and then our wisps are in. Yeah, the hot glue is almost the basing up for this. Yeah, in fact, with that in mind, I'm just going to put a little bit more around the edges while it dries. Right, that's all dry now, and if I bring the base up so you can see it nice and clearly, you can see I've just gone round with that hot glue. Yeah, I've got a little bit sticking over, ate those. Right, time to shape the smoke. Yeah, now dead easy one with this one. Start at the top, give it a little bit of a twist. Yeah, it just brings them together. Yeah, and then once you've given them a bit of a twist, what you got to do is sort of tease them out a bit. Now there's all different ways of doing wire wool, it's sort of an art form. Yeah, but generally all you're trying to do, is get the idea of different wisps coming up. By separating them. So we've made it one mass and now we're separating it out from the top. Just drag it like that. You want to keep it reasonably dense. So it holds together, but there you are. And it is as simple as that. That's all smoke markers are. They're just a bit of wire wool glued down, put together like that. It's a really old school technique. But it works really well. Now the next thing we need to do is firm this up, and we do that by priming it. But what I want to do first is build the blast markers, and then we can prime and paint together, you know what I mean? Yeah, so there you are guys, let me bring that up. Where's the camera there? Quite a nifty little smoke marker. Yeah. If you are struggling with little straggly bits, yeah, pair of scissors works wonders. Push that back in. Yeah. Right. Let me get together for these blast markers. Right guys, blast markers. To be perfectly honest, I couldn't decide whether to make it out of chip foam or out of clump foliage, so I thought, tell you what, let's make it out of both. Okay, just follow along, you'll get what I mean. But it gives me a good opportunity to show you both materials in one piece. Yeah. First off, I'm going to need some wires. Okay, and yeah, any sort of wire will do, even if it's on a roll, whatever, as long as it's thick and strong enough to be bent and positioned. Okay. Yeah, we're going to need some hot glue again. So with this case, I'm using sort of standard model base. Yeah. And I want to put some hot glue down. Yeah. We're going to be using quite a bit of hot glue in this one. Like I said, you can use super glue and that sort of stuff, a gel-based one for this. Yeah, you just got to allow for drying time and it will take you a while. Yeah, now what I'm doing is I've bent my wire. I've got a bit of a flat bit there. Yeah, and I'm just going to put that straight in there. Okay, and sort of hold it. Yeah, let's get that and just prop it against it. Yeah, that'll do. Get my other wire. There we go then. All dry. If I bring it up to the camera, yeah, you can see I've used hot glue. The wires are pointing up. I've got them pointing straight up. Yeah, we've got 4 wires and 1 in the centre. Yeah, and what I'm going to do very quickly is just bend these out of the way. Yeah. Now, my first job is to decide how tall I want it, and I want it to go up to about same height as the same height as the smoke marker, so we'll go to about there. Yeah. And then adding the pieces is really simple. Okay, it is just a matter of grabbing a load of clump foliage. Yeah, and you want sort of smoky shaped clump foliage. Smoky shaped. You can always rip bits off, and you know, if they look a bit too angular. And in this case, I am going to use a bit of PVA. Yeah, so I'm going to put a bit of PVA on there. Right at the bottom. Yeah, I'm going to get my clump foliage and I am just going to slide it straight down that stick. All the way down. Go on, get to the bottom, you. Push through. That's it. Yeah, until it sits on that PVA. Yeah. Bring it up. There we go. Yeah. Next off, I need a smaller piece. So that one. About the scraggy bits. Once again, bit of PVA because I just want to sort of join the clumps together. Yeah. Without there being too much PVA. Yeah, you only need a little to do this. Yeah, and straight down. Yeah. Just like that. And all I'm going to do now is continue this all the way up, okay? So I'll get cracked on with that. So I've built it all the way up. We've just got a little bit sticking out the top. Yeah, final bit of PVA. Yeah, and then just get a nice clump to stick on top. I like that clump. Yeah, on it goes. I think I'm going to need to change camera angle, guys, because I'm focusing, I'm working here, but it's more focus there. Yeah, but if I bring that up for you, yeah, there you go. Okay, and now it's on to our next part of the blast explosion markers. So we're going to use chip foam for this bit. Yeah, so I'm going to bend one of the wires up. Yeah, I want it to sort of come out like that, sort of curve out. Yeah, don't. Yeah, clip it. Yeah, I may have clipped it a bit short there, but now it'll be okay. Yeah, getting a chip foam, ripping a bit off. Yeah, actually just like that. Get roughly clump looking. And then just the same as this, it's just a matter of sliding it down. So it comes down. Yeah, and goes on. Yeah, like that. me bring that up nice and close for you. Yeah. Yeah, and you can see the similarities between the two. Obviously the clump foliage is better, yeah, but the chip foam will still produce great results, okay, if you want to go for the really cheap. Do you know what, guys, I'm really thinking, should we make it really nice and do it all in clump? Yeah, don't think that chip foam isn't an option, please don't, because it does, produce great results. Yeah, but I'm just thinking, no, stick with what you said, Bose. Yeah, do it in chip foam. No, I don't know. No, let's do it in clump. Come on. See, I already knew I was going to do that because I didn't glue it down. That's where it is. Right, I'm just going to carry on and clump these up much the same as I did that one, yeah? I've got to say, guys, the chip foam does produce excellent blast markers, but I really do love clump foliage ones. They are just so right. Now all I've done is I've built the clump foliage stems up exactly as before, yeah, and I've just given them a little tweak and bent them out a little just to give them a bit of like, you know, like they're exploding away. Yeah, I've packed a little into around the edge as well just to fill a couple of gaps. Yeah, and the next thing we need to do with both of these now, there you go, yeah, I've got to get these angles sorted. Yeah, is we need to give them a prime ready for painting. So I'm going to take them outside, give them a quick prime, and then we'll come back when they're dry, yeah? Right, see you shortly. Right guys, these are all primed and dry now. They're quite tough and, you know, it's certainly firmed them up if I bring that up, yeah? And you can see that nice and easy. And then our clump foliage blast marker. Yeah, like that. Okay, now as I said at the start, yeah, other than the construction, doing these is pretty simple, to be truthful. Right, now we need to get a bit of fire on them. You don't need to add fire as such, but it does sort of highlight it. Now for this, I've got a little bit of yellow acrylic, yeah, and I've got a little bit of a red acrylic. Oh, all over me. It's been one of those days, guys. Let me grab a cloth. There you go. Yeah. It's a new colour on my work trousers. Oh, Kerry will be happy. Right. And what I'm going to do is, it's obviously brighter at the sort of start of the fire. So what I want to do is start with my yellow. Yeah. And I'm just going to brush it on around here. Yeah, don't worry about making too much of a mess. Yeah, just get the yellow in. Yeah, as you see. I'm going to do this and just brush it up a bit. Yeah, strafe it up a bit. A little bit like a dry brush to get the effect. Yeah, but I want mainly yellow at the bottom. Okay? So, a bit more in there, I think. Right, now I'm going to do exactly the same on this one now. So there's our yellow done, guys. Next off we need a little bit of orange, so mix our yellow with our red. Yeah, and it is very much ad hoc, if you know what I mean. Yeah, and what I'm going to do is I'm sort of going to go over the yellow. Yeah, leaving a little bit of the yellow showing through. So if I do it on this one. So there you go. That's with the orange. Now what I want is almost a red, so I'm going to mix most of the red with a little bit of yellow, just for one final highlight. Yeah, so if we grab the red, lots of red, a little yellow, more red. I just want it just slightly off bright acrylic red, if you know what I mean. So I'm going for sort of that colour. Yeah, and just one final little, very light, just to break it up again. Yeah, this is so you don't get one solid colour, yeah, which doesn't look right. So there you are. Yeah, don't they look swanky? Now they're perfectly fine as they are, but you could turn around and say, well, smoke's grey melt, so we're going to just step it up a bit and we're going to put in the actual smoke. Okay, and for this, rather than acrylics, I'm just using my grey tester pots. First one I'm going to use is a black. Yeah, so get a bit of black. Yeah, put my plate, spread it out. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over this very gently. And this sort of knocks it back a bit. So there you are. It sort of darkens it back a bit. Yeah, and then after that, what we're going to need to do is get onto some grey. Now this is a very light dry brush with this grey. Yeah, I haven't even cleaned the black out of my brush because I'm going to mix it in with the black. Yeah, to make it a little bit darker. Yeah, and we're going to do this towards the sort of top. Really easy, really simple, and you can take the highlight as high as you want, but you've got the colours that you need to do, you've got all the techniques, yeah, for making smoke markers. Now all I'm going to do is, I'm going to do the same on this, but I'm going to come downwards when I dry brush it. Okay, so we'll start off with the black, just take you through the process. So there we are now, yeah, now we just need to sort of give it a bit more smoky, so I'm going to step it up through the greys. Yeah, so I've got a grey here, all I'm going to do is just at the very dark bits. And there you go, guys. Really easy, really simple smoke and blast markers. Yeah. Obviously you can spend more time dry brushing them up, you can do lots of different effects, etc. But you've seen how easy it is to put these together. Yeah, and how simple it is to paint them up. They're a nice little project. If you've done a bit of a scenery and you've got a bit of clump foliage left over, well worth doing, well worth. A couple of wires, a bit of clump foliage, a bit of PVA and you're laughing. Yeah, same with the smoke markers. Yeah, wire wall, really simple. Just remember the twist technique and the spreading it out. And then soon your battlefield will be littered with explosions and smoke. Okay, so I quite like those. I quite like those a lot. Right, this is a little bit light because it's still wet. It'll darken down a bit, but yeah, it's how we roll, innit? Right, let's set this up for the long shot, eh? So there you have it, guys. Both smoke markers using wire wool and blast markers using clump foliage. Remember, you can use that chip foam and there's lots of different ways of painting them. It's down to how much time you want to put into them, but with a little bit of effort, they look beautiful and they really do add to your battlefield. Yeah, now as always, guys, yeah, if you've got any comments or any suggestions or if you do it differently, put it in the comments. Let's have a look. Let's share the information. And as always, yeah, like it and share it. And finally, guys, yeah, if you're going to make some of these or you find these tutorials useful or you just like supporting me in my terrain dream, yeah, consider the Patreon $1 pledge. It is only $1. It's not a pint, it's not a brew, you can't even get a pork pie for it. Yeah, and sometimes you can't even go for a wee for £1 nowadays. I know, yeah, but you are helping a terrain nutter with his dream to become the teacher to the community. You know what I mean? That's what I want to do. Yeah, so guys, as always, you know, if you really do like these videos, if you like me and you like what I'm trying to achieve here, yeah, please consider, you know, jumping on for $1 a month. And if you're not up to the full-time thing, you know, and the monthly sort of rolling stuff, remember, if you just want to send a couple of quids and a thank you, yeah, there's the PayPal link below. It's all appreciated because it all keeps this going. It keeps me in the materials, it keeps me watching the studio, it keeps me with the time making the videos and editing and all that palaver. And it is a palaver. I spend more time editing than I do the actual terrain. Yeah, but I love it. Yeah, and hopefully you love it too. So if you do love it, please consider it, yeah? And in the meantime, guys, there's plenty more to come. Plenty more to come. Yeah? I'll tell you about that later. Right, I'll see you soon, yeah? Ta-ra.